Crete is home to some absolutely stunning beaches, from Elephantine with its pinkish sand to the gorgeous Palos Lagoon and the hidden beauty of the Station Limona beach. But what about the beaches that you shouldn't be adding to your must-visit list? Stay tuned because in this video we're sharing some of the worst beaches that you shouldn't visit in Crete. Hey guys, it's Em from Global Travel Itineraries. Before we dive in, I want to give a quick disclaimer. None of these beaches are objectively bad, and you wouldn't have an awful time if you visited any of them. But for reasons I'll explain, they have their setbacks, and there are so many other beaches on the island that we'd recommend instead. Okay, so now that's cleared up, let's get into the 7 worst beaches in Crete. Number 1, Amadora Beach, near Heraklion. First on the list is Amadora Beach, which is just outside Heraklion, the capital of Crete. While its proximity to the city makes it convenient, that's also its downfall. It can be crowded, especially in peak season, and the constant flow of tourists means it's far from a peaceful experience you'd expect on an island getaway. The beach is also known for being windy, and while that's great for windsurfers, it means it's not the best for sunbathing or swimming. On top of that, we've seen complaints about how the water doesn't always seem clean, and the atmosphere is a bit more urban than beachy. The overall feeling with Amadora Beach is that it's just okay, but nothing special. Number 2, Georgiouropolis Beach. Georgiouropolis Beach on the northwest coast of Crete, near Harnia, is another beach that often leaves visitors underwhelmed. It sits where the Almios River meets the sea, which causes the water to be much colder than other spots on the island, even in the summer. There can be strong currents, which make swimming unsafe, especially for kids. Its proximity to nearby resorts means it gets quite crowded during peak season, and a few people have complained about cleanliness issues like litter and cigarette butts. The overall look of the beach isn't very scenic either, and the area feels very commercialised, which takes away from the natural beauty you might be hoping to find. Number 3, Stavros Beach. Next up we've got Stavros Beach, which is on the Akrotiri Peninsula near Harnia. It's set in a small enclosed bay, which means water is nice and calm, but the beach is often littered with seaweed and debris, which can get a bit smelly. Also, the beach can feel cramped, especially when it's busy in the summer, with limited space to spread out, and sunbeds, which are so expensive here, taking up much of the available sand. It's known for being featured in the film Zorba the Greek, and it's only really worth visiting if you're a fan of the film. Number 4, Pachiamos, South Crete. Over on the southeastern coast is Pachiamos Beach, which tends to disappoint visitors despite its easy access. It's a pebbly beach, making it uncomfortable to walk on or sit on without proper footwear or a thick towel. The water here can be rough with strong waves, making swimming a bit challenging, especially for families with younger children. But the biggest issue is with cleanliness, with complaints about lots of plastic accumulating on the shore. The area also has more of an industrial feel, so not exactly the picturesque Greek vibes that you're looking for. Number 5, Chersonissos Beaches on the north coast. Here's one that some might think is controversial. We're talking about the beaches in Chersonissos. Chersonissos is a well-known holiday destination on the north coast, and it has a few different beaches along the coast. All of them are pretty small and can get seriously overcrowded during the summer, with rows of sunbeds packed tightly together, leaving little room to move. It's going to be better suited to some people than others, with plenty of bars and restaurants catering to the package holiday crowd. But if you're after a traditional Cretan charm, you won't find it here. We found reviews from people who mention litter issues, overcrowding, and some rough seas at times. Number 6, Kikini Hani Beach. Kikini Hani Beach is another spot near Heraklion that's received a mixed bag of reviews from visitors. While it's easy to reach from the city, the beach is small and gets busy, especially with all the nearby hotels. The sand isn't particularly soft, and there's lots of rocks on the beach and in the water, making swimming tricky. We also found complaints about cigarette butts and litter sometimes scattered around, and once again, this is another beach that gets pretty battered by the wind. Number 7, Marlia Beach, North Crete. Finally, let's talk about Marlia Beach. Marlia is famous, or shall we say infamous, for its party scene, and the beach reflects that vibe. It's crowded with young tourists, especially during peak season, and it's lined with bars and clubs blasting music throughout the day. This could be exactly what you're looking for, so we're not ruling it out for anyone, but just make sure you know what you're signing up for. People often complain about the noise, litter, lack of space, and the fact that it can get a bit rowdy. If you want to relax by the sea, you're better off heading elsewhere. So there you go, the 7 beaches we wouldn't recommend visiting in Crete. Honestly, this video was quite hard to make because Crete is a beautiful island and none of these beaches are truly awful. So with that said, do you disagree with any of the beaches on this list? Or do you think we've missed anything out? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe if you love helpful travel content like this. See you next time!